This is day 19 of Football Entangled's 30 for 30. This is the problem with weight training. Now, if you didn't realize this yet, weight training destroys natural athleticism. Footballers across the world need to stop lifting weights. A lot of footballers make the mistake of going to the gym, and I understand why. Believe me, I do. The first time you ever experience any kind of performance issue, injury, or size insecurity, it's every footballer's first go-to. The magic pill, the solution to all their problems. But I'm here to tell you it's not. In fact, it can cause more problems than it solves. You see, weight training does not improve athletic ability, fix health issues, or create true size or strength that actually works on the football pitch. And your body will usually become less athletic and more injury prone the more you do traditional weight training. Your body will go further and further down the route of adapting to weightlifting and not playing football, which, if you didn't know, has very different demands and very different needs and very different biomechanical situations. I know this because it's a very common mistake most footballers make, myself included. They start doing it to help their performance on the pitch because being slow, being weak, or being small can make it harder to perform on the pitch and ultimately achieve their footballing dreams. But then they start going too far down the rabbit hole and they become an injury-prone, super strong footballer on the bench. And the guy on the field, you know who that is? He's the 5'4" guy who weighs 140 pounds. He's skinny as hell, fast-driven, played all his life on the court, 5v5, and he dominates, and you're on the bench. Even though you're the favorite guy of the weight coach in the gym, you're his favorite player, yet you're injured on the bench, and all the starters are guys who are obviously not built in the gym. This is why I know a lot of techniques I lay out in the Entangled tribe, because I had to overcome this challenge early on in my football career in order to keep playing, in order to get out of pain, and in order to fix my mental health, to fix my physique, to fix my aesthetic, and ultimately just so I can achieve my dreams, just so I can play my best, get the best out of my body. And I don't want you to make the same mistake. Solve your problems the natural way, and you will be much better off. Here's a funny video where there is an effect of weightlifting on coordination. It retards coordination because it is such a stimulus on the brain, on the nervous system, of a different demand of lifting heavy weights versus the coordination to perform a skill, like shooting basketballs, like passing the ball, like shooting, like dribbling, everything that we do on the pitch. One of the funniest things about weightlifting in the football world, that once you understand this fact, you should realize how misguided or how low dopamine or how unintelligent it is to be in the gym. Why? Because you have 16-year-old guys, you have 17-year-old guys, you have 18-year-old guys dominating football matches. Those are kids who are obviously not built in the gym. They're not huge muscular guys. They're young kids who are fast, they're speedy, they're intelligent, they know how to play quick. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And so these guys are dominating, while there's players who are so-called veterans who have been in the gym for 10 plus years of their career, doing everything their trainer tells them to, and they get beat by these guys. Don't you see the relationship of what's happening here? On top of that, we have weight training becoming almost enforced upon young kids. At the same time, while we're having an injury epidemic of young athletes. Young athletes are having ACL tears at the age of 13. And then at the same time, we're telling young kids that they should be doing Olympic weightlifting instead of being outside playing other sports where they learn how to move their bodies, they learn vocabulary of movement, they learn how to become adaptable and resilient and, anti-fragile, because they're playing different sports. Different sports is how you learn to move. It's a cheat code for being athletic. And lastly, I want to wrap up this video, day 19, about one of the funniest conundrums that I see in the strength and conditioning world. They claim to be all about sports performance. They claim to be about, sports science. They're modern. They have science behind them. They have all the studies. And yet, all their time, all day, they're training inside a box with no sunlight, no fresh air, no grounding, which are three basic fundamentals of human biology, and you'll die without those things. And so why is this especially about performance? Well, because ultraviolet light inside sunlight is one of the few proven ways to increase and improve type 2 fast twitch muscle fibers, as well as improve a litany of other biomarkers in the body for health, which obviously improve performance. And that being inside all day behind glass or under artificial blue light is literally, it directly lowers testosterone, directly lowers human growth hormone, directly causes spikes in cortisol, which also affects melatonin. All these things directly reduce performance. So you have all these coaches talking about, oh, I'm a performance coach, and yet have no idea about one of the most fundamental things of performance. And so with that, I'm going to wrap up day 19. I will see you very soon tomorrow for day 20. This is Football Entangled 30 for 30. We are waking up the football world one player at a time, and we are pushing because right now there's too many injuries. There's too many guys suffering. We need to get this information out to the guys that need it. You have pro footballers, their whole career going down the drain because they listen to some agent, some trainer that has no idea about health, no idea about performance. They're injured, they lose their contract or they don't get their extension. And you know what? The club signs a new player and that guy's out. Talk soon.